Hi, everybody. Well, the big story is temperature watching. I'm going to get to the excessive heat warning in a moment. At this point, it's still in effect through Tuesday, 10 p.m. So through the day into the evening on Tuesday. Okay, high temperatures today turned out to be the hottest of the bunch so far. Remember, back on July 4th, I thought the hottest day would be yesterday, Saturday. But now the heat has kind of shifted a little bit, and the hottest days today, maybe even a little bit warmer tomorrow, about the same on Tuesday. So for the first time this year, PDX has now hit 100 degrees. That happened this afternoon out at the airport. You folks in Salem reporting a high of 103. And the warmest spot in the state down in Medford at 108 degrees today. And these are not the official highs, so there's the possibility that some of these will be adjusted up by a degree when the final climate report is verified coming out early tomorrow morning. But wow, we are sizzling in triple-digit heat. I mentioned the excessive heat warning now up for the Willamette Valley in Southwest Washington through the day Tuesday. Likely 100-degree heat or slightly better the next 2 days. And then it looks like Wednesday will definitely hold into the 90s. Now, this excessive heat warning is the magenta color, and this does now include all the way down through Bend and Redmond and Madras and Central Oregon. The orange color, which is basically right up the spine of the Cascades, is under a heat advisory. Notice no advisories at the coast. Coastal temperatures have been anywhere from mid-70s to low 80s the last several days, and they did it again today. I'm assuming the coast has been absolutely packed this weekend with people looking to escape the heat. The fact that the coast, by the way, is not in any type of a heat alert tells you that there is a west-northwesterly breeze coming off the Pacific, which is moderating the coast. That same west-northwest flow pattern is also helping hold our temperatures a little bit more manageable. I mean, the guaranteed temperatures the last couple of days and through Tuesday are going to be 94 to 98 degrees, meaning that's what we have to have. And you could add plus 10 to those guaranteed numbers if we had an east wind. But the fact that we have a northwest wind, a guaranteed temperature of 98 is only giving us around 101 to 103 instead of 105 to 108. So there is that. And I will share with you real quick that the heat index numbers have been running about 2 to 3 degrees cooler than the actual air temperature. Why cooler? Because the relative humidity factor in the heat of the afternoon today for the Willamette Valley was anywhere from 15 to 25%. That's a dry enough air mass that it actually doesn't feel as hot as what the actual temperature is. So at least we have that going for us. The Momentous Wealth Podcast, thank you very much, Todd Pisarcik and his team from Momentous Wealth Management. Please check out his complete library of investing podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and also listen on Spotify. Thank you, Todd, for sponsoring my forecast work. Okay, here's that 5:30 climate report, and this is the one that's going to be either accurate for today's high or maybe in some spots a degree is going to be tacked on. But as of 5:30, the high in Astoria was 80 degrees. We mentioned Portland hit 100, Troutdale 101, Hillsboro 99, Aurora 100, McMinnville 99. We mentioned Salem 103, Corvallis 100, Eugene 103. How about Roseburg 106, North Bend 68. How about 100 degrees at the airport over in Bend? I'm just reading these real quick. Hermiston was 104. Redmond 103. The Dalles was 103. Who else? Walla Walla up in Washington 100 degrees. Baker City was 97. Ontario was 100. Wow. What's the freezing level today? The freezing level today, just shy of 16,000 feet, meaning if you were standing on the top of Mount Hood, which is just over 11,200 feet, it was probably about 40 degrees this afternoon. Yeah, okay. Let's move on. All right. So far, going all the way back to July 4th, we basically have had sunshine in all areas. There's the Dundee Hills from Domain Serene Winery. That Camas Meadows image is old. I'm trying to get that camera reset. But there's the Oregon Garden in Silverton, the Mount Hood Oregon Resort up in Welch's, Indian Creek out in the Gorge, Aspen Lakes, golf course over in Sisters. And there's the Inn at Ottercrest down in Lincoln County. And there's downtown Portland, of course, from the Portland Spirit Landing. So everybody is enjoying sunny skies. And for the most part, I expect this to continue at least the next couple of days. I wrote on my notes. Let me see here. See if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, the first day I have where there might be some low clouds at the coast would be on Wednesday. So we'll check that out. Otherwise, the beach likely totally sunny tomorrow and Tuesday. Okay, this is the upper level map on the left-hand side. Here is the heat dome, as it's so popularly called right now, when we get a kind of a stagnant, strong, high pressure ridge that basically sits over the same area and can produce extreme heat, which is what we're seeing. So right now, the upper level high is right over Reno. It's going to move to where the center, watch my mouse. The center is going to be Vegas tomorrow, Tuesday, and all the way through Thursday and Friday. Right now, I show the center of this high moving east over Denver, Colorado on Saturday. So it's going to be a very gradual, slow push off to the east. And while we're going to be cooling down somewhat Wednesday, if you don't have air conditioning, it's still going to be uncomfortably warm in your apartment or your home, I think, for much of this upcoming week. Let me show you the migration of the air mass. I just kind of verbally told you how the center of the high over Reno today, Vegas tomorrow, sitting over Vegas for several days, shifting to Denver this upcoming weekend. So here we are this afternoon. Look at this kind of what I call brick or tannish red color. Notice how this is centered right over the coast. Good grief. But there is a northwest wind flow, so the coast is being spared. Here's tomorrow, still in the center of it. Here's Tuesday. The excessive heat warning right now set to expire 10 p.m. Tuesday evening. Notice how the center of the heat, Washington, Oregon, we're still in it here in Portland. Now, Wednesday is the first day that we look to at least be noticeably cooler. I'm forecasting 93, but you can see the heat has now shifted to Idaho, eastern Washington, over to Montana. When I say heat, the hottest or the core of the heat dome, okay? And then if I just go ahead and play this into, let's go ahead and play it into Friday. So this is still warm, right? We've got maybe 100-degree temperatures in Idaho and maybe eastern Oregon. We've got back up to around 90 on Friday here in the Willamette Valley in southwest Washington, okay? And then we go into next week. Here is, let me play this into Monday, which will be a week from tomorrow, Monday, July 15th. Now we're definitely cooling down. This is maybe temperatures for highs only around 80 degrees. I mean, the white would indicate fairly near normal temperatures. So that's 80, 83, 78, with the hot weather clearly over here in Montana, Wyoming, Nebraska. So some relief this week, more relief coming the first part of next week. I'm just looking at my forecast notes. Right now, I've got next Monday, which you're looking at here, as high as 86. And then I've got temperatures closer to only about 80 on Tuesday. So, all right, there's some relief next week, big time, for those of you that do not have air conditioning. All right, here we go. City forecast. These are current temperatures at 6 o'clock, 106 in Medford. Good grief. It was 108 down there today. National Weather Service believes it will be 111 tomorrow, 108 Tuesday, and then staying around 100 the rest of the week. So that's Southern Oregon. Again, if you suffer from heat, you don't have a way to air conditioning to keep you cool, no relief really down in Southern Oregon this week. Bend's at 99. They're going to get into some hotter weather, 102 tomorrow, 106 in Central Oregon Tuesday. Let's hope we don't have any wildfires started, good grief. Wednesday, 98, staying in the 90s all week. Again, not as hot in a few days from now, but still really uncomfortable if you don't have a way to keep cool. Seattle, 90s tomorrow, Tuesday, 87 Wednesday, closer to 80 Thursday, Friday. So there's a nice respite from the extreme heat. Newport, 74 tomorrow, 72 Tuesday, and then really comfortable stuff in the 60s. For the most part, sunny skies. Did you see that? Here's Salem, 105 tomorrow. Salem was 103 today. 106 Tuesday. There's the Wednesday cool down, but if you don't have AC, it's still hot. 94. 91 Thursday. Lows getting down to the 50s. Highs could reach potentially 90 or better much of this upcoming week. So again, it's a really long heat wave. Heat waves defined here locally as consecutive 90-plus degree days, which in the Mid-Willamette Valley looks like that's going to continue. So that's a heat wave lasting well over a week. Good grief. All right, let me show you my 7-day forecast for the Rose City. So I mentioned that the flow pattern has been west-northwest. For the most part, to me, as a forecaster, this is good news. The air mass has underproduced going all the way back to July 4th by at least a couple degrees. July 4th was 92. I thought it could be 94, even 95. Friday was 99. That was a record for the date, but I thought it would be 100, maybe 101. Yesterday was 99. That was a record for the date. I thought it'd be at least 101, maybe 103. At one point, maybe 105. And then today we hit 100, and I thought we'd be above 100. So at least the air mass, this isn't a situation where the weather models are just going nuts. If anything, we're keeping temperatures as much in check as we can for this particular heat dome that's over us. 102 tomorrow, 102 Tuesday, 93 Wednesday. The excessive heat warning expected to expire, but we could still be under a heat advisory potentially on Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, maybe 2 to 3 days in the 80s, but upper 80s, and then back to 90 on Sunday. And the real cool down I have coming in Monday night of Tuesday, of not a week from tomorrow into Tuesday. So next week, if you will. All right. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate that. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill, and I'll talk to you soon.